Okay. One, I don't own any of the art or the characters or anything. I just made the story because I thought it was kind of cool. Two, unless it gets a very popular ask of 18 plus, I'm not making it 18 plus. And I'll let y'all pick the ship, but since I have no cares, it can be harem, whatever. Just comment on the video, and if after like the second episode y'all don't say anything, then I'm gonna wind up just putting Toga because she's an often underrated. And I think Wolverine, where he constantly makes blood just from popping out his claws, even if it's only a little bit, will wind up being a fan favorite for Toga. And that she can literally drain him and he'll just right back. So, for this, we're going to have to change his genetics quite a bit, honestly. His mother will still be Inko, but instead of her minor quirk that she has, the don't remember exactly whether it was telepathy to be exact, or a little force pull thing. I think it's telepathy because that's what I remember, but I heard a couple people in different what ifs say that it was a force pull type thing. I don't know. But either way, she doesn't have that. Instead, she comes from a very long line of regeneration quirks. Well, not very long line, like 4 generations, but you guys know what I mean. While his dad, who I'm going to say, since I have no idea what theory it is, what the theories are, it's Hisashi Midoriya, who is going to have a basically spiky knuckles quirk, where his knuckles can extend out into spiky knuckles, which is going to come from his father. And harder bones is just going to be part of their bloodline on there. While Asashi's mother, Izuku's grandmother, will have had animal-like quirks, mostly from whatever genus the Wolverine is, so that we can give him the Wolverine-like personality. Again, since I have no idea what theory is correct, some people say that it's a gnome, that Hisashi became a Nomu, that One For All is his dad, that Toshinori is his father, and that Inko is sleeping around with one of the two. I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, key point, I'm probably gonna swear. Once, twice, quite a few times, honestly. Okay, let's jump back into the story. Yeah. Since he has that spiky knuckle quirk, he's gonna be in the top like 50 heroes or so. And he's gonna fight villains. And he's gonna have died from it. So it'll be just Inko with Midoriya. Now, on birth, when the doctor does that smack the butt thing, my father says that it's to make sure that the baby's breathing properly. I have no idea why they actually do that, but when they do that, instead of crying, baby Izuku actually growls at him, which causes him to flinch back for a second before realizing it's probably an early manifestation of his quirk. Probably some kind of animal-based one, which they question Inko about. And she tells him that Hisashi's mother had a line of aggressive animals, quirks like Wolverine's. And he goes, that makes sense. When, shortly after birth, it turns out that Izuku is rather protective of his mother. like basic growling, roaring at people who get too close. But when Mitsuki comes by, she does she treats Izuku like an animal at first and then a human in order to gain his trust. Which, when she does that, he gets familiar with her smell to an extent because his smell isn't overly exceptional, but it's a little bit above human. When she eventually brings Katsuki over, since he's familiar with Mitsuki, he kind of likes Katsuki. And jump forward to about 2 or 3. They roughhouse constantly. The first couple times, Mitsuki and Inko pulled them apart before realizing they're just boys. They're doing what boys will do. Just a little bit more animalistic since Izuku's going off his instincts and Katsuki's feeding off him. Age up to 4 or 5, they've grown a very healthy brotherly slash rival relationship. Age forward to the time when they get their quirks, and Katsuki is the first one to get his. He goes, Izuku, look at this. It makes tiny explosions come out of his hands, which Izuku sniffs there and is like, huh. Chemicals. Guessing your sweat does that? Yeah. It's this thing called nitro. Just then the teacher walks up. Nitroglycerin, sweetheart. Ah, yeah, nitroglycerin. Izuku then I hope my quirk isn't just the senses thing that I can do, but that's just me being a little weird. To which Katsuki actually responds, yeah, you will have the best quirk ever, aside from mine, of course. After getting his thing, he is a lot more confident, and cocky like he always is, but sees Izuku as an equal, not a lesser than. Well, later in the day, nap time goes on, and as they're sleeping, whatever would frighten a 4 or 5 year old, such as, let's say, maybe he found out how his father had died, or maybe his mother told him because she didn't want to keep secrets. I don't know. I'll leave that up to your guys' imagination. But something had scared him really bad in his nightmare. And due to being so scared, out of sheer instinct and reaction, his claws came out, extending out of his fist. To which freaked him out even more. The teachers come running over, eventually getting him to calm down. Kids are shying away a good bit. Especially since he did tear up his bed mat. Teachers call his mom and say, you really need to get your kid to the quirk doctor. We gotta see exactly what his quirk is so we know how better to teach him. So, Inko comes down and gets Izuku, immediately taking him to the quirk doctor. Now, again, since I don't know the theories, let's just say he went to a different one. They look at his quirk and then the quirk history of his parents and go, huh, he's got a mixture of all of them. The regeneration, the senses, a bit of a boost in strength and speed, the claws. So, since he's got all those fused into one thing, but they are all still one quirk, they all work together in tandem, we're going to call it evolution. I know many people wanted me to call it Wolverine, but I wanted him to choose his hero name to be Wolverine. And we're not going to have the all for one Wolverine quirk name type thing. That's not cool. Now, when his quirk manifested, a lot of his more animal-like tendencies became stronger. intense fits of rage and anger, a lot of protectiveness, a lot of stuff like that. So, his mother had taken him to a Zen master in order to teach him meditation, to which they had eventually, quote unquote, locked up his anger. Which, if anybody's read the Wolverine comics, they know that he literally locked it up within his mind using, I want to say it was just Jean Grey helped him do that. I thought it was Xavier. I can't ever remember which did that, but I remember one of them helped literally lock up the beast. But we're going to say he was able to do this through sheer meditation. His will be locking away bloodlust so that he can get angry, but it'll be a lot more controlled anger. Something he can harness rather than just let take over. Now, many people have called him a monster, a demon child, a Wolverine. But Izuku decided that he will become the #1 hero in order to prove that he is the best, that he doesn't have to be angry, so that he will be the #1 man, not the #1 beast. Now, Katsuki and him train and work out. They're about 2 times as strong as they were in canon at the end of the school year. Which, that's to say, time jump to the canon start of the last day of middle school. Or not last day, sorry. That one day. When the teacher was passing out the quiz and whatnot. Izuku stops to watch the fight like canon, but this time he can smell a very pungent smell, as if a large person is coming by. And it turns out to be Mount Lady. He looks towards her and yells, "Hey, what was that for? That was his fight." Mount Lady actually manages to pick this sound out of the crowd and shrinks down to him. "What was that, child?" Mount Lady says, looking down at the stocky Izuku. Izuku stands up a little straighter. "I said he had it covered, you glory hog." She yells back, "Oh yeah? You wanna go, child?" Izuku responds, "Yeah, bub, I do." And again, I'll let y'all make the ship. I can easily age anybody down. I don't care about doing stuff like that. Everyone starts muttering about Mount Lady arguing with a teen and other similar things, like, is she really gonna beat up a child? Hopefully they don't use their quirks. That'd be very bad. She stands up and clears her throat. "I'm sorry. You're correct. I didn't have to help. I wanted to be sure everything went smooth." Izuku looks at her questioningly, listening to her heartbeat, and is like, she's faking a little bit, but did have some tendencies, so will be nice. He then yells at her, "Thanks, lady. I gotta run to school. Be careful you don't piss off the wrong hero, though. They might just accidentally hit you with their quirk." And he sprints out of the crowd towards class, barely getting there on time. Katsuki opens to him with a high five. "Hey, how's it doing, Izuku?" Who responds, "Not bad, just told off Mount Lady." Katsuki laughs. "Of course you'd do that." They take their seats, and not but a minute later, the teacher comes in with a large stack of papers and yells so that all the class is listening, "I have a quiz for everyone." The whole class groans. A career quiz. Everyone stops briefly. Like, that won't suck too bad. Kind of thoughts cross their mind. For he throws the papers in the air. "But you all want to follow the hero track, don't you?" he says, shouting, even louder, more enthusiastically. Everyone starts using their quirk, Izuku brandishing his claws and giving a fake roar. Before the teacher interrupts, alright, we don't need any accidents here. Plus, there's no quirk usage in school, please. Everyone powers down the quirks, Izuku putting his claws away. And Kazuki stands up, pointing at Izuku. Only me and him have a chance at being heroes. Of course, I'm big number one. Everyone boos him but Izuku, who chortles. Chortles, whatever. I like chortles. It's a less commonly said word. But for anybody who doesn't understand that word, chuckles is a good substitute. Teacher shouts, okay, everyone, enough. All quiet down, and class goes on as normal. End of the day, Katsuki stops by Izuku's desk. Hey, me and the guys are going to the burger shop. You in? Izuku responds, you know today's nature meditation day. Bakugo facepalms, duh, my bad, dude. They head their separate ways when Izuku passes under the bridge on the way out of town. Smells something rotten. What's that smell? Then a slime creature comes out of the tunnel sewer. Out of instinct, Izuku brandishes his claws and leaps back. Slime monster spouts some nonsense about needing a body. Then Izuku responds, Bub, I've got some meditation to get to, so you can wait here for a hero to stop you, or you can lose to me, but I will be very not nice about it. Psalm swings a long arm at Izuku, who barrel rolls out of its way. Okay, bub, you asked for it. Izuku runs through the slime's hand and starts tearing it apart. After a minute, a man comes out of the sewer shouting, I am here. Yeah, so am I. But you don't see me shouting it to the world. Yes. Did you do this to the slime villain? Yeah, he attacked me first. I even gave him a fair warning. I don't think he's dead, since it's all moving back together. Makes sense. Will you help me clean this up, young man? I guess so. But I want a question for you after that. That seems like a fair enough trade, right? Yeah, that'll work. But it would have to be very quick. Okay. And they clean it up. That's the end of the video. I know you'll want more, but I think that's a good enough cliffhanger, since nobody ever leaves it off there. And I like it. I will be posting a second part very soon. So, just enjoy this for now, and comment to ship. Again, I can age anybody down to an extent. I might change genders, but if it confuses me too much, I might go with the second place ship idea.